As I was saying, right? One thing I learned about life is you're going to have people who are going to be desperate to become popular. They want to become popular so bad, so they would do anything and show out in front of everybody, and even try to turn people against others, especially turn people against others that they're jealous of. So, and then also, I would say it's good to never try to fit into a crowd. Always connect with people on a natural level. Because when you try to fit into a crowd, when you try to hang with the quote unquote popular crowd or whatever, um, you're just setting yourself up to be with the slaughtered sheep, and you don't even know it because you're not being authentic with yourself and others. You know, you're chasing after something. You're chasing after popularity. You're chasing after fame instead of chasing after greatness and chasing after what matters in life. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me get into this, right? So as I let you guys know, I'll be debating with AI, many different versions from Gemini to Chat GPT to Copilot, right? So this is the conversation that I'm having with it. So Copilot is or AI is responding to what I'm saying. They're saying you're right. Most indigenous nations did not call the entire continent Turtle Island. So our conversation was about Turtle Island, and they said that I'm right about that. And then it goes on to say the term comes specifically from northeastern woodlands peoples, Lenape, Iroquois, and some Algonquian speaking nations, not from the Choctaw, Muskogee, Chickasaw, Cherokee, or any other southeastern or plains nations. It goes on to say underneath where Turtle Island actually comes from. The term Turtle Island is rooted in creation stories from Lenape, the Iroquois Confederacy, Ojibwe, Algonquian speaking nations in the Northeast. These stories describe the world forming on the back of a giant turtle after the flood. I then say, I believe this is me. Is this me saying it? Oh, yeah, this is my conversation or my response to AI, right? It was never a universal name for North America. Turtle Island do not come from the Lenape. The Lenape creation story was not about Turtle Island. The Iroquois Confederation creation story says nothing about the Turtle Island either. Nor did Algonquian nations call America that. Ojibwe possibly, but I'm sorry, Ojibwe possible. But as I look into their language, I see nothing about Turtle Island. Once again, I'm looking into the tribes, languages, and creation story. I think Turtle Island was created by Native Americans who walked across the Bering Straits, and not the American Indians who were already here in North America. And damn, I fucked up when I put I was supposed to put and that's connected to the treaties. I messed up. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So then here's AI's response, right? We're right here now. This is AI's response to what I said. Your instincts are partially right, and the sources back you up. The modern pan Indian idea of Turtle Island equals North America is not the same as the original creation stories of the Lenape, right? But then you seen how they said, this is AI saying that Turtle Island was, that people used Turtle Island, and the tribes that used it was the Lenape, the Algonquin, the Iroquois. So now it's saying, because I'm debating it now, right? I'm correcting it. It's saying Turtle Island equals North America is not the same as the original creation stories of the Lenape um, or most Algonquian nations. The term did not exist in their languages the way people use it today. The modern phrase Turtle Island is a 1970s activist era reinterpre- uh, reinterpretation, not an ancient universal indigenous name, right? So now we're here at number one. We're at number one. Lenape, no original Turtle Island term. Lenape creation story does not or does include a turtle, but the actual Lenape language term for the land was not Turtle Island. The earliest written Lenape reference comes from a 1679 interview with Elder Tatanke, recorded by Jasper uh, Dankeritz. It describes a turtle in the creation story, but does not name the continent Turtle Island. The later Walam Alam text, the one that does use Tulipit, Tulipin, is now widely considered a hoax by Rafinesky. Wow, these words ain't a trip, but yeah. So as you can see, we're right here. It says Tulipit slash Tulipin is now widely considered a hoax, right? Underneath, let's continue. So Lenape creation story equals turtle present. Lenape language, no ancient term meaning Turtle Island. Modern Turtle Island equals not Lenape origin. This word or this nation is pretty hard to pronounce, or I'm just being lazy, don't feel like pronouncing it. So I'm going to say Iroquois. I'm not going to lie to you. Number two, um, turtle in the story, but not the name, right? Once again, the Iroquois story, turtle in the story, but not the name. So the Iroquois Sky Woman story includes a turtle who supports the land, but the story does not name the land Turtle Island. The turtle is a character, but right here, the turtle is a character, not a place name. The name Turtle Island appears only in modern retellings, not in the original Iroquois languages. Number three, now we're dealing with Algonquian, right? Algonquian nations, turtle motif or motif, but not a continental name. Algonquian speaking peoples, Ojibwe, Cree, etc., have flood stories involving a turtle, but again, the turtle is a part of the mythic event, not the name of the continent in their languages. The Canadian Encyclopedia confirms that Turtle Island is a modern name used by many Algonquian and Iroquoian peoples, not an ancient universal term. Number four, we're here. Number four, Ojibwe turtle story exists, but the name is modern. Ojibwe oral tradition includes the muskrat diving for soil and placing it on the turtle's back. But the Ojibwe language does not contain an ancient word meaning Turtle Island. The modern phrase Turtle Island is a translation, not an original Ojibwe term. We're at number five now. So where did Turtle Island come from? Or where did Turtle Island equals North America come from? Right? We're at number five. It is a modern pan-Indian activist term. The earliest printed use of Turtle Island, meaning North America, appears in 1972 newspapers. What was going around in the 1970s? Marxist, communism. See, you have all these different distractions to keep you from going after your restoration and your reparations. Reparations meaning money and land. Restoration, well, restoration can mean land as well too, but restoration means your identity and land as well. So all these different distractions, all these different lies and stories, whether it's Nation of Islam, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Moor Science Temple or anything pertaining to Moors, whether it's being a Black Hebrew Israelite, whether it's Pan Africanism, Pan Indianism, the Native American stories. Stop taking on all these different ideologies. This is what's stopping you from moving forward. You instead of you getting your family records, diving off into what your people believed in, you're taking on all these different ideologies, which is against America, which is against the United States. You are a part of the United States. You are in the contract of the Constitution. Your ancestors are the landowners. That's what Indian comes from. That's what Indian means. So where we at? We right here. Hold on, right quick. Let me see somebody call me. Okay, they can wait. So it was popularized during the Red Power movement. Once again, you see the dates. Remember, whenever you see anything in the 1960s and 70s, this is the Marxists, the socialism, the feminism. This is the era of all that stuff. This is what took your family members from your family and place them into these organizations. And then our family members learn things that's foreign to this land and to our people. They were being poisoned mentally. You were being poisoned mentally. Mentally, you were being poisoned. Well, physically too, but you get what I'm saying. Activists needed a unifying symbol across tribes with different languages and histories. They chose the turtle creation motif or motif because it was recognizable, pan-regional, non-tribal, symbolic of land and survival. This is why Turtle Island suddenly appears everywhere after 1970. So, yeah, you guys can read the rest. Um, yeah, I just want to shed light on this, man. That you've been tricked. You have people amongst you who are communists, black communists. So so-called black Americans, wake up. You have black communists amongst you. You have black feminist communists amongst you. Wake up. Go get your family records. Wake up. Wake up. Hey, the enemy shit, the enemy was knocking at your door. But for some of y'all, the enemy, you let the enemy in your house. You let them get close to you. You let them know who you are. You let them know your likes and dislikes. You let them know your personal business. What you gonna do?